Consciousness is endless. It's like a ladder from the lowest point on earth to the highest point, if you like, on the other side of the universe. Consciousness goes on and on and on until you become self-conscious, aware. This is fine, this is part of the process. Until such time, you are no longer conscious of a thing, or your thought, or you're just conscious. That consciousness is higher than being conscious of. Pure consciousness is higher than any subtle, sublime, if you like, level of consciousness. It's just pure consciousness. It's consciousness without content. That is the soul. And it imparts its energy to this amazing cosmology of the so-called you, as body, mind, and all of the other connected elements. So you become conscious of a thing, or a thought, or a feeling, or an emotion, until you're just conscious. And that is your level of, if you like, constant recalibration. Think of yourself in anger. If you can recalibrate with pure consciousness, not consciousness of you being angry, your anger will subside or take a level that is correct. Maybe for other person's sake, they have to realize that now it's unacceptable and you're angry, whatever. But otherwise, how would you calibrate? Until you burst your veins by anger. Fine, you're angry because your expectations were not met. But that means you expected something that is not likely to happen. So it was ignorance. So consciousness goes on and on until it reaches a point of just simple, pure consciousness, rather than being self-conscious. The less there is of the self, the better. The less there is self-concern for any reason, the better. Initially, you need to be self-concerned, self-watchful, self-corrective, etc., etc. But the point comes now that you are truly at one with the drift of destiny. So what's that to do with you? It's already designed in a most perfect way from the zone of timelessness. You and I are subject to it. So enjoy it, trust, go with it. Who gave you life? How will it leave? When? How? Key issues you are unable to control. So it's like the couple who are very harmonious together. And as you know, most of the time is not the case. So they asked the fellow, they said, what is it that you and your wife are always in such good relationship? He says, very simple. All unimportant day-to-day life decisions, I leave it to her. Where do we live? How much I should earn? The children's schooling or the future? This is her decision. Big decisions are mine, such as whether the moon mission should stop or not. These are the decisions I have to make. So you're really, so good. Your death is not in your hand. Your birth was not in your hand. None of these things you were consulted with. So what the heck is it now? How are you going to, what color paint you're going to have on your hair? I mean, it's ludicrous. These are the decisions you can make. Because we are driven to change and movement, so do it quickly. You only live once, you only live once. Who is the you? You only live once. Life is forever. They want to bring fear into you, so as you run around half-witted. That's why there is always noise or distractions in malls and in shops. So you're confused. So you suddenly go home, you say, yet another bag full of stuff. I don't know what to do with it. You see? And then, yeah. We are really ridiculous. That is the truth of it. And the more you laugh at it, the more you are in the moment, the more you can. Why? Ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I sitting here? Why? What is it there is here that is not outside there? Nicer sounds of the wave on the sea here, human sound. At best, if it doesn't undo some of the things that we were doing wrongly without full consciousness, at least then we are reminded to be more aware, and that's all. Consciousness is to do with honesty. Whatever you're conscious of is a reflection of what you consider to be important. That's all. Some of you have, if you have an animal, some cat or dog somewhere at home, you're every now and then aware of it. You see, did I leave enough food? Was it this? Will the neighbor look after it? And if you don't have a cat or dog, so you're not. So it's your personal position, and be honest about it. Until such time, your consciousness is so occupied by what you consider to be your responsibility. Fine. And nobody likes to be responsible. We all want to have comfort and ease. And leave me alone. I only had 2 hours on the beach, And we thought, the weather was bad yesterday. It's only today now. Just give me, please. That which has no responsibility or specific consciousness, we love. I like to be on the beach, but not conscious of something, And that's why those who are afraid of loneliness say, you must remember me. Will you always remember me? This is my photograph. When I'm going to every hour SMS you, do you still remember? Yeah. But if you are within the incredible domain of your own spirit, your own soul, your soulmate, that's as far as you can go, and it's beyond distance, you see. You are within cosmic consciousness.